Pradhan, let's begin with the top stories this hour. Contrary to its earlier stance, the main opposition turned silent over alleged corruption during purchase of wide-body aircrafts. Possible nexus for vested political interest is speculated. Prime Minister to participate in the meeting of the World Economic Forum for the first time, opportunity to increase foreign investments. Death toll from the pipeline explosion in Mexico climbs to 71 as dozens more injured. And Liverpool edged past Crystal Palace 4-3 to extend the lead to 7 points at the top of the English Premier League. Arsenal stunned Chelsea in London Derby. Let's begin with national political updates. Lawmakers from the main opposition Nepali Congress earlier had strongly voiced against the alleged irregularities of billions of rupees during the purchase of 2 wide-body aircrafts. However, the opposition lawmakers did not even make a single query over the issue during the direct question and answer session with the Prime Minister in the Parliament on Friday. Not even the lawmakers of other opposition parties spoke a word about the procurement scandal. This has raised suspicion if it is an outcome of a nexus between the ruling and the opposition parties to silence the matter on the grounds of mutual vested interest as viewed by analysts. Right on the day of the beginning of the winter session of the Parliament, former Prime Minister and main opposition party President Sher Bahadur Deuba had demanded action against the culprits involved in corruption during the purchase of the wide-body aircrafts. However, the issue has suddenly appeared to have been sidelined, which is because of speculations of Deuba himself being dragged into accusation. The Public Accounts Committee has already concluded the irregularities amounting to more than 4 billion rupees during the purchase of the aircrafts. The committee has also asked the corruption watchdog CIAA to further probe into the matter. However, the sudden spell of silence from both the ruling and the opposition regarding the controversy has further bolstered the suspicion of a possible involvement of the top-notch political leadership in the scandal. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is leaving for Switzerland later this evening to take part in the 49th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum. The forum, which is being attended by Prime Minister of Nepal for the first time, is expected to be an appropriate platform to forge a conducive atmosphere to attract more foreign investment in the country. The forum's annual meeting is slated to be held from the 22nd to 25th of January in Davos of Switzerland. Heads and government representatives of 60 different countries are going to participate in the meeting. As a panelist, Prime Minister Oli is scheduled to address 2 separate sessions on strategic outlook on South Asia and shaping the future of democracy. Besides, the Prime Minister is also slated to address the informal gathering of world economic leaders with the theme "The End of Global Trade as We Know It" on the 23rd of January. Premier Oli informed the Parliament on Friday that Nepal was enthusiastically invited to the event as the international community eagerly wanted to hear about the country's success in terms of successful transition from a decade-long conflict to the peace process. The Prime Minister will also have a chance to hold sideline meetings in the forum that will bring together a number of the world's wealthy and medium-sized economies. Likewise, Prime Minister Oli is slated to have one-on-one meeting with the Swiss President during the visit. Nepal has been prioritized in such a large-scale international gathering, also due to being a close neighbor of the rapidly advancing economies like China and India. Experts opine that Nepal could utilize the opportunity surfaced through its geopolitical advantage in garnering economic benefits. The role of joint attorney at Biratnagar High Court, Chiranjeevi Parajuli, has been found disputed in the case related to 38 quintal gold scandal and murder of Sanam Sakya. Although the Chief Justice has dragged the 5 judges alleged of failing in justice delivery in the gold scandal case into prosecution, the Attorney General has remained silent over the role of government lawyer Parajuli regarding the issue. Chief Justice Cholendra Samsher Rana has started prosecution against the 5 judges, indicating willingness to reform the malpractices in judicial sector. However, Joint Attorney Parajuli who was also involved in the same case, has not received a clean sheet as of yet. The monitoring mechanism formed by the Chief Justice itself has concluded that Parajuli not only remained mum over the breaching of provision during the judge's hearing, but even lent his support to the process. Experts are of the view that although it is essential for the Judicial Council to improve monitoring aimed at cleansing the judiciary, it is also equally important for the Attorney General to thoroughly scrutinize the activities, intentions and professional conduct of his subordinate lawyers. The government declared the implementation of the Prime Minister's employment program through the budget announcement in June. However, the program's execution remains a far cry as the necessary work plan is yet to be formulated by the government. This has increased the risk of the much-touted employment program allocated with the budget of 3.1 billion rupees turning defunct when it should have already been creating job opportunities for the unemployed youths. The Prime Minister's employment program is yet to kick off despite the lapse of 6 months since the budget announcement. The Ministry of Labour has just begun the procedure for the appointment of employment coordinators in 753 local levels. The coordinators, upon their appointment, will collect data of unemployed youths. Meanwhile, the status and need for employment are also to be assessed. The government has ensured the right to employment in the Constitution. Based on the provision, the government must provide the unemployed people with job opportunities for 120 days after the implementation of the program. Based on the arrangements, if the government fails to provide jobs, it has to compensate for the 120 days from the budget. Government officials have informed that inter-ministerial coordination is currently underway to provide jobs to those unemployed. Departments under the Ministry of Agriculture, Industries, Forest, Education, Health, Physical Infrastructures and the National Reconstruction Authority will be assigned with the responsibility of updating their records for required human resources. This program is expected to provide the required human resource for large-scale projects. However, questions are now being raised on the efficiency of the program as it remains to be implemented despite 6 months since the introduction of the budget. The Prime Minister's employment program is a witness regarding the government's passive nature regarding budget implementation. Doubts are increasing whether the program worth 3.1 billion rupees will end up nurturing the cadres instead of ensuring job opportunities for the unemployed because of the delay in its implementation. Welcome back. The supporters of Dr. Govinda Kesi staged demonstration in the capital yesterday afternoon expressing solidarity towards Dr. Kesi's demands. A rally was taken out from the capital's Maitikar to New Baneswar demanding the government to fulfill Dr. Kesi's demands aimed at reforming the country's health and medical education sectors. Representatives of the civil society, students and people from different walks of life participated in the protest. The demonstrators insisted that the government must not shy away from fulfilling the agreements forged with Dr. Kesi in the past, citing that his demands were directly related to the health of the common citizens. Dr. Govinda Kesi has been on his 16th round of hunger strike for the past 13 days, citing that the government endorsed the medical education ordinance by breaching the previous agreements. He has been admitted to the ICU of the TU Teaching Hospital in Maharajganj following complications in his health condition. The construction businesses of Province 5 have submitted a memorandum to Chief Minister Shankar Pokhrel in a bid to expedite the development works in an efficient and transparent way. In this context, we had asked the construction entrepreneurs of the province why have they been demanding amendment of the act. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
वर्षेनी मूल्य वृद्धि भइरहेछ त्यो अनुसार चाहिँ अब कार्यालयले भुक्तानी समयमा दिदैन र मूल्य वृद्धिको पनि रकम पनि दिदैन तर ठूला निर्माण व्यवसायहरुमा चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ छ हामीलाई चाहिँ सानो निर्माण व्यवसायलाई चाहिँ त्यस कारणले चाहिँ समस्या छ
उपभोक्ताले 1 करोड सम्म चाहिँ काम गर्न पाउने भन्ने छ हामी भनेको लाइसेन्स होल्डर हो हामीले लाइसेन्स त्रिपुरा सरकार राज्यले हामीलाई लाइसेन्स दिएको छ त्यो लाइसेन्स दिएछ अब त्यो उपभोक्ताले गर्ने भनेको बिना लाइसेन्स काम गर्ने हेर्नुस् गर्ने फेरि हामीले व्यवसायले गर्ने हो त्यसै घुमाएर किन गर्नुपर्छ जरुरी छ त्यो कारण पनि हामीले चाहिँ यसरी चाहिँ यो चाहिँ परिवर्तन गर्नु पर्यो भन्ने कुरा हो
संघीय सडकहरुमा पैसा छैन र निर्माण व्यवसायले काम रोक भनेर चाहिँ सम्बन्धित चाहिँ डिभिजन प्रमुखहरूले भनेको अवस्था छ यी कारणहरु चाहिँ समस्या नहुनको लागि निर्माण व्यवसाय मैत्रीपूर्ण चाहिँ ऐन बन्नुपर्छ भनेर निर्माण व्यवसाय महासंघले यो प्रदेश सरकारलाई का मुख्यमन्त्री शंकर पोखरेल र भौतिक पूर्वाधार मन्त्री चाहिँ बैजनाथ चौधरीलाई हामीले ज्ञापन पत्र बुझाएका छौँ।
प्रदेश स्तरको स्तरीय चाहिँ सार्वजनिक खरिद ऐन बन्नुपर्छ भन्ने लागेको नाताले हामीले ती कुराहरू राखेका छौँ।
समयमा पेमेन्ट नहुनु पनि व्यवसायीलाई अप्ठ्यारो परेको छ र एउटा फेरि सरकार पक्षले फेरि जुन व्यवसायलाई कालो सूचीमा राख्ने यस्ता प्रवृत्तिहरू अघि सारेको अवस्था छ। यसमा चाहिँ दुईटैको तालमेल नहुँदाखेरि चाहिँ अहिले समयमा काम नसकेको अवस्था छ। जसको लागि चाहिँ खरिद नियमावली चेन्ज गर्नु परेको अहिलेको परिवेशमा त्यही नै हो।
And it's now time for segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why has the Prime Minister Employment Program failed to kick off even after 6 months of the current fiscal year? And your options are A, lack of preparations, B, indifference of concerned ministries, and C, unemployment not in priority. The voting for the question is on. Type NAWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now time for sports update.
Sports news.
Liverpool registered a thrilling 4-3 victory over Crystal Palace in a match on the English Premier League to maintain its lead at the top of the league table. It was Crystal Palace who shot into the lead against the run of play in the 34th minute at Liverpool's home ground Anfield. The goal scorer for Palace was Andros Townsend. Mohamed Salah scored the equalizer shortly into the second half. Roberto Firmino made it 2-1 in the 53rd minute. James Tompkins made full use of Liverpool's defensive lapses to bring the game into level terms in the 65th minute. Salah scored his personal second goal in the 75th minute to restore Liverpool's lead. Shortly later, Liverpool were reduced to 10 men as James Milner was booked for his second offence. Sadio Mane added one more goal to the tally in the 3rd minute of the injury time, while Crystal Palace just managed to reduce the deficit when Max Meyer scored in the dying seconds of the match. Liverpool have now extended the lead at the top of the English Premier League to 7 points from Manchester City, collecting 60 points from 23 matches. City, with a game in hand, have 53 points. Meanwhile, in another match, Arsenal stunned Chelsea 2-0, which gave Arsenal 3 crucial points. The Gunners scored both the goals in the first half as Alexander Lacazette and Laurent Koscielny found the net. Likewise, Manchester United aced past Brighton 2-1 with goals from Paul Pogba and Marcus Rashford, registering their 7th consecutive victory since the arrival of the new coach Ole Solskjaer. Real Madrid defeated Sevilla 2-0 at the Spanish La Liga, climbing to the 3rd spot of the league table. In the match played at Real's home ground Santiago Bernabeu last night, the first half ended in a goalless stalemate. In the second half, Casemiro finally gave Real Madrid the lead by scoring in the 70th minute. Luka Modric doubled Real's lead in injury time to seal Real's 2-0 win over Sevilla. With the win, Real Madrid are 3rd in the points table with 36 points from 20 matches. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid blanked Huesca 3-0 last night and are in the 2nd position of the points table with 41 points from 20 matches. League leaders Barcelona top the league table with 43 points from 19 matches and will play Leganés later tonight. Paris Saint-Germain thrashed Guingamp 9-0 at the French Ligue 1. In the match played in Paris last night, Kylian Mbappe and Edinson Cavani scored hat-tricks. Defending champions PSG started the onslaught as Neymar opened the scoring in the 11th minute. Mbappe scored goals in the 37th and 45th minute to give PSG a comfortable 3-0 lead at halftime. Cavani scored in the 59th and 66th minute to extend PSG's lead to 5-0. Neymar scored his personal second goal of the match in the 60th minute and Cavani completed his hat-trick in the 75th minute, giving PSG 7-0 lead, I beg your pardon. Mbappe also completed his hat-trick by scoring in the 80th minute and Miona scored in the 83rd minute to secure PSG's 9-0 drubbing of Guingamp. With last night's win, PSG have taken revenge of being knocked out of the quarterfinals of the French Cup. Just a week ago, Guingamp had advanced to the semi-finals of the French Cup, handing PSG a shocking 2-1 defeat. PSG leads the Ligue 1 points table with 53 points from 19 matches. Nepal's national women's cricket team has yet again failed to win an international trophy. Nepal suffered a 70-run defeat against host Thailand at the women's T20 Smash cricket tournament. Thailand won the toss and elected to bat first in the match played yesterday at Tret Thai Cricket Ground, where they posted a total of 121 runs in 20 overs, losing just a single wicket. Nathan Khan Chantha scored a half-century for Thailand. Chantha and Naruemol Naiwai featured in the 94-run opening partnership for the host. Chantha remained unbeaten on 69 from 67 balls. Naiwai returned to her pavilion with a personal score of 27 runs as she was run out following an impressive fielding from Rubina Chetri. Nepalese bowling appeared dismal against Thailand at the grand finale. In reply, chasing a target of 121 runs, Nepal was bowled out for a meager total of 51 runs. Neri Thapa scored 17, Sita Ranamagar added 13, while none of the other players were able to reach double figures. Sulipon Laami picked 3 wickets for Thailand. Nepal had not reached a tournament finale since losing against Bangladesh at the grand finale of its first ever international competition back in 2007. Despite the impressive run-up performances throughout the tournament, Binod Das coached women's team failed to continue the momentum at the tournament decider. However, the tournament has been taken as a comeback of Nepalese women's team in international cricket. Nepal's next objective will be to perform well at the ICC T20 regional qualifiers in February. The Smash T20 was also a preparation tournament for Nepal for the upcoming competition. And before we wrap up this morning news bulletin, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Contrary to its earlier stance, the main opposition turned silent over alleged corruption during purchase of wide-body aircrafts. Possible nexus for vested political interests is speculated. Prime Minister to participate in the meeting of the World Economic Forum for the first time, opportunity to increase foreign investment. The toll from the pipeline explosion in Mexico climbs to 71 and dozens more injured. Liverpool edged past Crystal Palace 4-3 to extend their lead to 7 points at the top of the English Premier League. Arsenal turn Chelsea in London derby. And those were our latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 this morning. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.